So you want to start Blue Archive, either for the art, the meme, or cute and funny things, and you want to go fast. However, recent guides provide mainly beginner advice, like
do not do commissions.
So in this video I'll do a full guide for both beginner and try hard, show you some mistakes to avoid, and answer the question, are commissions worth it? Now you may be wondering,
Who are you?
I am a max level player, just like others who make beginner guides. And since I'm lazy, I'll include everything currently in JP server, including the new game mode, Grand Assault, and the new crafting function. So for beginners, you only need to pay attention to the beginner timestamps and treat this video as guidelines. If you want to take your time and enjoy the game, like driving on the country road and enjoying the landscape, there is no need to follow this guide. But if you want to go fast, then the highway will be your friend. When you start the game, don't claim all your mail rewards if they have AP in it, which is this green thunder icon. AP is used to clear stages, and for every AP you use you get 1 EXP. You can check how long it takes to level up by looking at your name on the top left. Currently I have to out of 15 experience, so I need 13 EXP to level up. In early game you level up really fast. Right now I have 74 AP, and if I sweep the stage twice for 20 AP, I level up to level 4 and now have 90 AP. So your AP is always full, therefore just claim 1 mail at a time, because it takes 2 to 3 hours to use them all manually. But why manually? Isn't there a sweep function? Yes, but first, you need to clear the stage with 3-star. You can see the 3-star conditions on the left. The important ones are clearing the stage within 2 minutes, and all students survive. Since it's not worth farming the first 3 chapters, you want to reach mission for 1 first before sweeping. First, let's talk about the recommended level. Here's your typical no reroll team. Yeah, it's not looking good. So the recommended level is the level where you can 3-star the stage using auto button. Even with this team, I was able to clear this stage in 71 seconds, and the recommended level for this stage is 2. Which is also the level of the enemy in this stage. You can check for this info at shell.gg. You can refer to this for more details. In short, you just deal lower damage to higher level enemies. So ideally, clear as many stages as you can. And if you're stuck, you can either level your students up, which gives lots of stats in the early game, but you only gain 1000 extra attack when going from 35 to 85, or you can upgrade their equipment for another 1000 attack, assuming your students have tier 8 hat. For beginners, the most impactful equipment is tier 4 watch, which gives crit and 1000 crit damage. For ADPS you only need a watch, and either glove at tier 4 or hat at tier 4. As you can see, it gives 800 crit damage. So when you first start the game, try to reach mission 10 as fast as possible. However, if you start the game with a roll like this, you will most likely stuck at this stage if you're low level, the Iori stage. So let's go over team building. When choosing a student, focus on these 2 icons. The sword icon represent their attack type. In this case, it's explosive or red. The shield icon let you know their defense type. Here it's special or blue. In a stage, if you see enemies with red HP bar, that means they have red defense. If their HP bar is yellow, they have yellow defense. And since red attack deal double damage against red defense, you'll see the text weak along with the damage number. A skill also provides a preview of enemy defense type. From chapter 127, the enemies mostly have red and yellow armor, which you can check before starting a stage, while synergy info tells you how color counter each other's. Weak means you deal double the damage. Normal means you have no damage bonus. Resist means you only deal half the damage. Since we're just fighting red and yellow armor enemies up to chapter 7, so you only need to level up students with red damage if you don't have any good yellow damage students. Next, let's talk about skill rotation, starting with this cat girl on the left. You'll need to use 4 skills to rotate back to her again. So technically you only need 4 students in your team, but running a full team gives you extra cost recovery, and faster cost recovery enables you to use more skills. A student's skill cost is displayed on the left, and you can't use a skill if you don't have enough cost. Student in this game either start at 1-star, 2-star, or 3-star, but they need to be at 3-star to unlock all their skills. Student have the main type of skills, an X skill that you can use in battle, and passive skills that either give passive buff or activate every few seconds to upgrade a student's EX skill. You need to use artifacts and BDs. The higher the level, the more colorful BDs and artifacts you need. The most impactful level 4X skill are 3 and 5. Some either adds new effects or reduce skill costs. For passive skills, the most impactful levels are 4, 7, 10, but to upgrade to level 10, you'll need a tech note, which you can craft from Material Fusion or buy from the shop. You can star up your students once you have enough of their fragments or reliefs. And if your student is 5-star, their max relationship can go up to 100. Bond or relationship increases a student's attack and HP, and currently it only gives stat up to rank 50. If you have an alternate version of a student, the bonus stat will be double. Higher bond also unlocks students' unique item, making them more worthwhile to obtain. In the future, the bond requirement will be lowered to 20, which you can already see on shell.gg. Once you get your student to 5-star, you unlock their exclusive weapon, which gives extra stats, and upgrade their enhanced skill. Each student uses a different weapon type, which you can see on the left, and to level them up, you'll need different weapon parts. The correct ones give an EXP bonus, while others won't give you any bonus. You can farm these weapon parts in scrimmage. These stages take AP to farm, and for beginners they are not easy to clear. If you're interested, you can check out this video above. But if you have both monthly packs, you can farm scrimmage for free. There are 3 scrimmage stages in total, representing the 3 big academies and different weapon parts. On shell.gg you can see which map drop which item. Spring parts are mostly used by support students, as you can see from their weapon types, and if you don't count students like Mika. For the other 2, just farm what you need. You can also craft them, but the chance is just 3 to 8%, or buy the universal firing pin from Expert Permit shop, since you most likely don't have many 3-star students in the beginning. Therefore, I'll recommend 1 or 2-star students only in team building. A full team has 4 strikers and 2 special students. And if your strikers all die, you fail the stage. So first I'll pick Tsuboki. She's a 2-star blue armor tank that can cancel enemy skill. Next is Serika, our 2-star cat girl with red damage. She's mainly for faster skill rotation. Next is Mutsuki. Her X costs 4, and she specializes in dealing emotional damage. She can deal both AO and single target damage. With Mutsuki as our main DPS, you can pick Asuna for faster skill cycle, or Akari for more AO damage. Since this is our first main team, I'll add Katama for the attack buff. Note that you need her to be 3-star to unlock her sub-skill, which gives more attack buff, and Selena for the heal. Now let's do a demo clear for stage 7-5. But with level 1 student instead, to show that you can replace them with anyone. Try to avoid using front students when you're low level. It's hard to keep a front dealer alive. With our team done, let's go. So quick tip for speeding through a stage on your first attempt. Just ignore everything and go straight to the boss. For this particular tile it's better to not move your team, so that you can avoid one battle. For this team I have 2 students with AO skill. These skills help you clear enemies much faster. Front dealers often receive focused attacks, so it's hard to keep them alive without a high-level Serena. The boss phase is where Tsuboki shines. Note that a Yori attack can pierce multiple students and one-shot your tank, but you can just cancel it with Tsuboki. This stage also spawns unlimited enemies. Therefore, the faster you clear Yori, the easier it is. So while it's possible to clear, I only got a rank because I can't cycle skill fast enough. It only looks easy because I use 5-star Tsuboki along with 5-star support students, which gives 650 extra attack and 7k HP. For reference, here's the extra stat from level 1 special student. It's much lower, only 91 attack and around 600 HP. While the extra stat is nice, only 10% of special student stat are transferred to your team, so don't worry about them in early game. Focus on your striker students first. From chapter 10 onwards, you'll need to deal with blue armor enemies, so start building your Chisei or other yellow damage students. As for special student, Hana crit damage is useful, and I'll just pick a Yoni for a healing. Aren't that a lot of students? Well, yes. So if possible, try to start the game when there is a good banner to reroll. It has its pros and cons, so I'll go into that later. If there is no good banner, then the best time to start is yesterday. You can refer to this reroll guide here. Get Oko or Minori if you care about Endgame. Once you have enough students, let's move on to equipment farming. In the early game, you only need to farm enough equipments for your two teams. Then farm equipments at the highest possible stage. That's because higher stage also drop lower tier equipments. Some events also have equipment blueprints drop, which can speed up your early game progress. However, starting from level 1 in an event means you'll need to spend more time clearing stages at low level. Note that you need to clear stage to 3 to join an event. When farming for equipments in story or mission stages, the equipment on the left has the highest drop rate, while the right one has the lowest. You can check the drop rate here. This is endgame stuff, but all I farm is 22-2. 22-4, 23-2 or 23-4, depending on whether I need more watch or hairpin, and 23-5-4 necklace. Farming all these maps will give you all tier 8 equipments. Note that low level map will give different blueprints drop, like this stage actually drop bags instead of badge. For better efficiency, it's better to farm during double drop. Next, let's go over 3 ways to power up your students. First is bounty. Special students like Maid Yuzu or Hibiki can clear this stage easily, provided that you have enough students from the same score. The more students you have, the easier it is to clear bounty. If you can't put to Azusa in the same formation like me, turn on add same student to unit formation. The drop rate is kinda random, but it is better to farm here compared to mission, because you get free tickets every day, and the drop rate in mission is really low. Bounty mode also have its own shop, but the item you can buy is limited. The ones that are worth buying are purple artifacts and purple tech notes or items you need. You can also get free stuff in lessons, which gives you free BDs, tech notes, and student elfs. You can also increase your students' relationship here. Participating in lessons daily gives you extra AP, so try to do it every day. Once you've known what to farm, let's show you how to get more AP. You can join a club for 10 AP a day, or earn extra AP from your cafe. The first floor of your cafe gives free AP and credits every hour. Your cafe can be upgraded with a cafe core, which you can get by clearing every 4 story missions. Currently in JP server, we also have the second floor, but it only gives credits, so no need to rush it. You can increase the resources you earn from the cafe by putting in furniture. Therefore, prioritize crafting furniture in the early game. For endgame, you want nodes with orange glow. In this case, it's radiant or flower to increase your students' bond. Only go for the second or third crafting node if you have extra items laying around. In the latest update of JP server, you can now craft the third node with 5 keystones. You earn the big keystones from daily missions, while the small keystones are your tiers from gacha. If you choose to craft all 3 nodes, the results will be like this. Next, let's talk about material fusion. If you don't like RNG, don't craft item with question marks. Only go for items with checkmark. It allows you to trade 2 for 1 item. This type of crafting use fusion keystones, which you can find in the joint firing drill shop. You don't need to stock up these keystones unless you like to craft furnitures. The top row are what you should buy monthly. Tsurugi is used in both PvP and Torment raid. Sumiere can be useful in Torment raids, while Aimi is mostly useful in joint firing drill. Well, all 3 of them are useful here, but it depends on the stage buffs and debuffs. For the artifacts, just buy what you need. You can check which artifacts your students need like this or like this. Currently in JP server, there is a quick manufacturing function which allows you to choose which nodes you want to craft in advance. You can do bulk crafting here, but I don't recommend using it right now, as you can see from the results here. For the normal shop, buy these stones if you intend to beat the hardest difficulty. For beginners, you mostly use the grey, blue and yellow ones. Buy them daily only if you have spare credits. Then buy all the artifacts in this shop. Once you have high level, you can ignore the 2 on the left and buy the ones on the right only. Skip if you've already got 300 of them. Last but not least is the PvP shop. You can buy extra AP here 4 times daily with PvP tokens, except Utah Reliefs and AP. Most of the stuffs in this shop is not worth buying. For example, you can buy 3 orange reports with 60 tokens. If you use it to buy AP, that's 120 AP. 1 commission stage cost 40 AP, and 1 stage drop during double drop already gives you more orange reports. So just save tokens to buy AP only. You can get more of these tokens in Tatical Challenge or PvP. PvP has daily, best season rewards and first time rewards, which is worth around 60 gacha pulls if you can reach rank 1. Most players are not fond of PvP because of how RNG it is. But if you're interested, you can check out this video. For expert permit shop, you can choose any students here, but for limited students, you need to gacha them first to unlock. That also means you can't unlock them from this screen. You only get expert permits when you're max level. So if you're just starting recently, plan who you want to get, because you can't get them all. Total Assault or Raid is the current endgame content of Blue Archive. And if you start Blue Archive late, you want to do 2 things. First, pick a server that is casual enough. Currently Asia is the most slack server. Secondly, spend your resources wisely, because each raid uses different students, and upgrading them all requires unlimited resources. You can think of it as a farming game. You can either pick a crop that grows every 10 minutes that's worth 1 coin, or one that grow every 100 minutes for 10 coins. Mathematically, you can grow the 1 coin crop 10 times for the same result. That's exactly what I thought as a kid. However, it requires more manual work, so you spend more time for same result. The best way is to plant the high value crops, then buy the low value crops from the market. Or you can just use premium currency to take care of the manual work and grow anything you want. The moral of the story here is, doing everything on your own costs more time, resources, and currency. If you've just started Blue Archive recently, focus 1 type of boss color first and get high rank there, instead of spreading resources on every bosses. In Blue Archive, there is no market, but you can borrow students from your club or friend list. If you have already set your assistant, you can earn credits from them for free. For the raid shop, try to slowly buy Momoi, Moki, Koaru, Akane and Azusa, and just focus on preparing for the next raid. Note that the shop will reset every month, and in the long run, you want to buy more tech notes to prepare. Also try your best to save Eligmas. You can think of them as pocket money or salary, and the most reliable way to earn them is from gacha. Unless you want to push your luck, don't gacha unless you have 200 pulls here. To save resources, it's better to check the leaderboard. Please don't upgrade your students in advance. That is like jumping into a game without knowing the rules, and the rules change every raid. Don't also be misled by the ranking board, because you only know how hard a raid is until you try it yourself. Yes, it takes a lot of time to test multiple teams. So you either see channels that do mostly raids, or student review only. For me, I spend 3 to 4 days to do raid. In global and JP server in raid weeks, that leaves me with 3 days left either to work on new videos, or for me. So that's why I haven't uploaded Torment runs. Of course you can do review without doing raids. I mean, you just need to read the skills out, then add your thoughts. That's when you see videos with Misinfo. It has its own audience, but considering you're doing the same thing for a long time, it will eventually lead to burnout. If Total Assault is like you only get 1 homework a week, with your teacher checking on your progress daily, then Grand Assault is like your teacher giving you 3 homeworks that you can start at any difficulty on the first day. You can do it at any time and sweep afterwards. Just make sure that you can finish all of them by a week, because ranking is only calculated after completing all 3. Ranking doesn't matter much here, unless you want to earn extra coins. Just participating will give you 10 pulls. However, in the beta Grand Assault, you need to buy the 10 pulls from the shop. Note that it has an expiry date. The rest is similar to Total Assault shop. Try to get max Yuzu for a future Grand Assault, while Minori hasn't been useful elsewhere yet. For the rest, prioritize tech notes, or buy things that you need. Similar to farming, Blue Archive are seasons, which are called double drop. When there is double drop, buying AP helps you progress faster. The price is 30 pyroxenes for the first 3 purchases, and it will go up to 60 after that. You can see if there is double drop going on by pressing event notification. As you can see, there is currently double drop for commissions. If there is no double drop, then hard maps give you the best drop. For example, I need more tier 8 watches, so I will sweep this stage daily. Doing this while farming for useful students is the consistent way to farm equipments in early game. Your best source of EXP reports often comes from events, because it's hard for you to farm EXP commissions. However, with more students released every update and level cap increase, you will need to have a good amount of EXP reports stock up. You can think of them as water in a desert. Waiting for EXP drops in normal and hard maps is like looking for water from cacti. Events always give EXP reports, but having resources ready let you focus on farming the next event students. That's why you don't often see me make event guides. I have my own oasis prepared in advance, but you can always watch this video for the next major event review.